Larry, would you like to go?
Let me know if you can hear me, because I have a tendency to talk low. You gotta be bats. My time of night, moon hid by 1,000 clouds and a tarpaulin of fog thrown across the land. I stand back in this alley, listening for any tap-tap of heels on the sidewalk. It's early Sunday morning, after a hot Saturday night, and the drunks are rolling home. Down that block are the bars, and up that block are the dorms. College town. Best place for my kind. Kids walk down to the bars because they're too near to bother driving. They forget the deep dark comes after midnight. They pour and pant till the last street cat prowls, and then stumble home, too wobbly kneed to be quick on these empty, unlit streets. So I bide my time and wait for a single or a pair. I'm so tired and so hungry. This isn't easy, you know. I'm old, really old. And I toss and turn trying to sleep. I never was good at sleeping during the day. Not to mention my particular bed is none too comfortable. You try snuggling down in a casket half filled with dirt, and there's the constant worry of discovery. Somebody stumbles across my nest, I got to move. It isn't easy to find somebody to move my things when I can only make inquiries after dark. The truth be told, the people who will move dirt-filled caskets without asking any questions do most of their work after dark anyway. You probably think being a vampire is glamorous. Yeah, right. That's because you saw all those Hollywood versions where vampires are handsome and dashing figures. You take a good look at me. I don't look like Tom Cruise, or Bela Lugosi for that matter. I don't even look as nice as Martin Landau made up as a drug-addled, aging, decrepit fella. I look like death warmed over, twice. Hey, don't be shocked that your fantasy of a sexually fantastic vampire is a bunch of Hollywood hype. You've seen some hideous ones in films, too. Look at Nosferatu. I don't even look that handsome, do I? What do you expect? Think about it. They call us the undead. The undead? What is that? Undead? I'm walking around every blasted night. My stomach's down there, screeching like a banshee. Nothing undead about it. I got to eat. You want to see the undead? You go downtown and look at the suits in business offices, working long hours for insensitive bosses, pushing product and staring at computer screens till their eyes whirl and the crease sweats out of their shirts. There's somebody that needs to get a life. You say get a life to me means a whole different thing. Shh. Thought I heard shoe sounds. Guess not. Let's dispel some myths while we're at it. Like this whole being around forever, unable to die stuff. You know, where you can't really kill me unless you pound a stake through my heart, or cut off my head and bury me upside down, or force me out in the sunlight to frizzle me to soup. That stuff. Well, that's not a myth. That's all true. But why should you care? Think about it. If all I did was keeping on, chasing that battery rabbit down the centuries, why should you even care if I was dead or undead? But I know you care enough to want to kill me. You want to kill me because I suck out your blood. And if I suck out enough of your blood, I turn you into another me. Oh, pity. You see, I have to. I have to eat, stupid, or I do die. Yeah, just like you. I don't eat that V8, type A, B, A, B, or O. I start listing right over to D-E-A-T-H. I can't bop into the nearest 7-Eleven when I get a hunger pang either. I've got to go out and hunt you down. That isn't any piece of cake. Isn't like the old times. People lock up their windows and doors at night these days, even in the summer, because everybody's got air conditioning. Nobody ever invites strangers in, day or night. And except for a few stubborn joggers and door-to-door Jehovah's Witnesses, nobody walks around anymore. And when they do go out, it's when I'm tucked away in my native dirt. Heck, even most of the joggers jump in a car, drive to the health club, and do their running on an indoor treadmill. Another group of undead. But you say, oh, it can't be that hard. You got all those superpowers. Superpowers? Superman has superpowers. Vampires got Hollywood scriptwriters overactive imaginations. All scriptwriters got weird ideas. They like to write in these big, badass, macho vampire chieftains that grab crucifixes away from oddly accented vampire hunters. There aren't any big, badass vampire chieftains. We're all miserable little independent contractors like yours truly. If I grabbed a crucifix, or a plain Protestant cross even, my arm would be withered from fingernail to shoulder bone. Don't even ask what a Star of David will do to me. Come on, you've seen some of these films. Vampire flinging poor, misguided mortals through walls, twisting their heads off with one hand, grabbing crossbow-shot silver-tipped arrows out of midair. Oh, give me a break. Charles Atlas's 97-pound weakling would be tossing me around if I could actually go on his sunny little beach and kick sand on him. I haven't eaten in a week here. I'm lucky to snatch 2 or 3 meals a month. A lot of these Saturday night drunks sober up fast and flee. They are mostly college-age kids, you know. Try getting by on a couple meals a month and see how strong and energetic you feel. Granted, I can shift into other shapes. I can become a bat. That's probably the easiest. Problem is, I don't much like heights, and I have a hard time flying on radar. I tend to tangle in power lines or splatter off plate glass windows. Though those plate glass windows can be a real hassle. I bump into them all the time just walking about in this human form. I'll see a mannequin and think it's somebody hanging around waiting for a friend. I do a little vampire stalk and pounce and smack. I flatten my nose like silly putty hitting the hammer. You know, I don't cast a reflection, so I never see me coming. I can turn to mist, but I hate that. That is hard, man. You have to break up all your molecules, and it's a real slow process. Instant transformation is more moving than dacity. And then you have to pull everything back together and hope you don't leave anything behind. I know vampires that were never the same after doing the mist bit once too often. I know a few guys who used to make menace and rolling baritones, who now just screech in the high C area. Okay, enough jibber-jabber about my troubles. I do hear footsteps finally, and they're spiked heels, or I'm a mummy's ghost. This is my meal ticket. Drunks in high heels really can't run fast. Sober people in high heels can't run fast. You might want to turn away about here. What I'm going to do is change into a wolf. Gives me more speed. But it isn't pretty to see me do it. Hurts like hell, too. All those bones bending and stretching, all that hair growing out, all those new teeth cutting through my gums. And what comes after I run down my prey? Well, I don't think you want to see that either.
Who'd like to go next? Betty?